AGAD to give some information on the background of standards and its importance. Ms. Yvonne AGAD.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for your participation in that consultation program or process. I am the chair of the technical committee. Gillian just spoke about the role of the technical committees and indulging your interest in those committees. I need to also inform you that this is a lot of hard voluntary work. On that note, I'd like to welcome my other members of the TC who are here with us, Betty, Alison, and Suzette. And of course, our technical committee was responsible for reviewing those standards. And now they are at the stage of consultation. We are very much happy that it has gotten to that stage. Basically, these standards are newly adopted, an identical adoption of the ISO, International Organization for Standardization. So what we're looking at here in St. Lucia is basically taking standards that already exist, that are international in nature, and adopting it to our local context. And that's why we're having those consultations, to make sure that when those standards are applied, that it can work for our small businesses. Those standards are basically, they are based on the ISO directives, which describes a general approach for management system against a plan, do, check, act framework. So basically the systemic approach would be looking subject matter would allow for the results of any of those standards to be reproduced. It makes allowances for continuous improvement. So it's not stagnated. There's always room for improvement. So that there's a process of continuous improvement. There's the performance of risk identification, because as we recognize that risk is one of the very much important things that we have to take into consideration in our standards development, documentation and record keeping, and of course, demonstration of organization commitment through certification. So the only way we know that you are committed to the work of the standards is through a process of certification, which would show that you are actually compliant, that you're following the standards, you're applying those standards to your operations. Next slide. Okay, so the standards that we're looking at right now, it's an initiative between the Bureau of Standards and the Caribbean Standard Network. And this project basically is aimed at strengthening the economic performance of small countries like ours through closer collaboration and the use of international standards. And I'm sure we understand the importance of standards, especially for the export market, for international trade, and to be able to at least be competitive in that international market. And so that program is assisting St. Lucia and some other Caribbean islands in achieving that objective. So what is the objective of this overall project? CSN project is going to be looking at how we can increase intra-Commonwealth trade through the use of standards. Again, how we would be able to competitively trade with our neighbors, with Martinique, Grenada, and the rest of the other countries who are part of the Commonwealth. It supports the national quality infrastructure for the country. And St. Lucia currently has a NQI, a National Quality Infrastructure Policy before Cabinet, waiting to be ratified. And so that supports that program where we all look to ensure that we are doing things in this country to particular standards, and increase awareness as to the value of standards to the society. And so, of course, these standards will help organizations meet legal and industry requirements by setting benchmark for the functional safety, traceability, and quality of everything that we do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yvonne, for IGAD for that presentation. And I'm now going to hand you over to Ms. Cleo Dilsuk, who will take us through a short presentation on DNS/ISO 39001 2012 Road Traffic Safety Management Systems Requirements. Ms. Cleo Dilsuk.
Hi, thank you, Mrs. Portland. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to share my video, so just a split second. So persons who don't know, who have never seen me before, you can see me, and then I'll turn it off again. Okay, good morning, everyone. This is me here, okay? I don't like sharing my video, so I will turn it off again. Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you for showing your face. We appreciate that.
Sure, not a problem. Okay, you see, the good thing about a virtual presentation is that if it's terrible, nobody can throw anything at you. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much. Okay, so as this is Portland indicated, this is going to be very brief. Okay, so I'm not going to go into any details. This is just to, you know, indicate what is included basically in ISO 39001:2012. Okay, so as it relates to the various elements of the standard, we're looking at the introduction. We have the scope, the normative references, of which there aren't any in this case, the terms, the various terms and definitions, as it relates to the context of the organization. You will come across an understanding of the organization and its content, and understanding the needs and expectations of the various interested parties, determining the scope of the road traffic safety management system, the road traffic safety management system. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. In terms of the leadership, we're looking at leadership and commitment, policy, organizational roles, the various roles and responsibilities and authorities. With respect to planning, we're looking at the general aspects, as well as actions to address risks and opportunities, road traffic safety performance factors, road traffic safety objectives, and planning to achieve them. Okay, with respect to the operation itself, operational planning and control, as well as emergency preparedness and response. Okay, as it relates to performance evaluation, we're looking at the monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluation, road traffic crash and other road traffic road traffic crash and other road traffic incident, road traffic incident investigation, internal audit, as well as management review. Okay, in terms of support, we're looking at coordination, resources, competence, awareness, communication, and of course documented information. Okay, as it relates to improvement, the improvement aspect, nonconformity and corrective action, as well as continual improvement. Okay, Annex A provides a guidance on the use of this international standard, ISO 39001:2012. Of course, you will come across the general aspects, the normative references, the various terms and definitions, the context of the organization, as well as leadership. Next slide, please. Okay. We're also looking at planning, support, operation, performance evaluation, improvement, different organizational contexts, and road traffic safety performance factors. Okay.
Excuse me, Ms.
Sorry?
Dilsuk.
Yes.
It seems to be the slide has a different standard code. You notice that it's now saying 18788 versus 39.
That's an error, Betty.
Yes, so to just bring it to the groups, yes, noted.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Annex B provides the international work related to road traffic safety management frameworks. You have, of course, the general aspects, safe systems approach to road traffic safety, international work in the area of road traffic safety management, the relationship between this international standard and the World Bank Global Road Safety Facility Road Safety Management Framework. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, and of course, Annex C provides you with the, covers the correspondence between ISO 39001-2012, ISO 9001-2008, and ISO 14001-2004. Okay. Okay, so as it relates to the, just to give you a brief introduction, okay. Earlier, Mrs. Portland, gave you a brief rundown of what our statistics are like in St. Lucia. And I just wanted to add to what she indicated, that is, of course, just those that are recorded. There are some of those, some of these incidents and accidents, they actually don't make the news, and some of them don't, they don't even form part of the statistics that you heard earlier. But anyway, we did promise to be brief. So the global traffic safety situation is a human catastrophe, okay, with more than 1.3 million fatalities each year and approximately 20 to 50 million seriously injured. Okay. If this isn't alarming, I don't know what is. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, as it relates to the elements of the standard, this standard provides a tool to help organizations reduce and ultimately eliminate the incidents and risk of death and serious injury related to road traffic safety. Sorry, let me just go through that again. Sorry, it is meant to reduce and ultimately eliminate the incidents and risk of death and serious injury related to road traffic crashes. Okay. This focus can result in a more cost-effective use of the road traffic system. Excuse me. Okay. This standard identifies elements of good road traffic safety management practice that will enable the organization to achieve its desired road traffic safety results. Next one, please. Thank you. Okay. ISO 39001 applies to just about any company, whether public or private, that utilizes the road network, regardless of the company's size and type of operation. Okay, it can be used by internal and external parties, including certification bodies, to assess the organization's ability to meet the various requirements. Okay, the management system specified in the standard focuses the organization on its road traffic safety objectives and road traffic safety targets, and guides the planning of activities that will realize these goals by using a safe systems approach to road traffic safety. The road traffic safety management system can be integrated, of course, into or made compatible with other management systems and processes within the organization. Okay, as it relates to the scope of the standard, this standard specifies requirements for a road traffic safety management system to enable an organization that interacts with the road traffic system to reduce death and serious injuries related to road traffic safety, to road traffic crashes, which it can influence. Okay. The requirements in this standard include the development and implementation of an appropriate road traffic safety policy, development of road traffic safety objectives, and action plans which take into account legal and other requirements. Next slide, please. To which the organization subscribes, and information about elements and criteria that are related to road traffic safety that the organization identifies as those which it can control and those, of course, which it can influence. Okay, the standard is applicable to any organization, regardless of its type, size, and product, as indicated earlier, or service that it provides, that wishes to improve road traffic safety performance, as well as establish, implement, maintain, and improve on a road traffic safety management system. Okay, with its stated RTS policy. Also demonstrate conformity with this international standard. Okay, the standard is intended to address road traffic safety management. It is, however, not intended to specify the technical and quality requirements of transportation products and services. For instance, roads, traffic signs, lights. Next slide, please. Assure itself of conformity. Automobiles, trams, cargo, and passenger transportation services, rescue, and emergency services. Okay, it is also not the intent of the standard to imply uniformity in the structure of road traffic safety management systems or uniformity of documentation. Okay. Of course, road traffic safety is a shared responsibility. Okay, this standard is not intended to exclude road users from their obligations to comply with the law and behave responsibly. The standard can support the organization, however, in its efforts to encourage road users to comply with the law. Okay. All requirements of this standard are very generic, where any requirement of the standard cannot be applied due to the nature of an organization and its products or services. That requirement can be considered for exclusion, provided, of course, that the exclusion and the reason for the exclusion are documented. Okay. Where exclusions are made, claims of conformity to the standard are only acceptable where these exclusions do not affect the organization's ability to establish, to implement, maintain and improve a road traffic safety management system successfully. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so it is important that we have a clear understanding of the needs and expectations of the interested parties. Okay, the organization shall identify the role of interested parties in road traffic safety management system, their role in road traffic safety management system, legal and other requirements related to road traffic safety management system. Okay. The organization shall document, implement, and continually improve its road traffic safety management system, as well as identify all related processes and their interactions. Okay. In terms of the planning aspect, the road traffic safety performance factors, the organization shall identify for use those road traffic safety performance factors, including risk exposure factors, final safety outcome factors, and intermediate safety outcome factors. Okay, as it relates to the road traffic safety objectives and the plans to achieve them, top management, and the definition for that is given in the standard itself. Top management shall ensure that road traffic safety objectives are established and communicated for relevant functions and levels within the organization. Okay, as it relates to emergency preparedness and response, the organization shall respond in the event of death and serious injuries. It shall review and plan periodically, review the plan periodically, revise the plan for its preparedness, also test the various procedures periodically.